Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Super Breakdown. Today we're looking at the AMX-004 Qubeley Mark II, piloted by Purupurupurupuru. I am on record saying that I'm not a huge fan of the Qubeleys in gameplay in most of these games, but I like this one. I think this one fixes a lot of the problems I have with the Mons. It's not as strong, for sure, but the funnels now either auto-fire or fire when you do, which means you can coordinate them. You only get to fire one off at a time with the Mark II for Puru's version. Which is not as great as it could be, but you have some other tricks, like these three that you can fire off in a segment, and they do still take from your ammo. So I feel like it was more for balancing that you can only fire one with that shot because you get three with the other. And again, as you burn through them, of course, they will respawn. Really nice. You also have this mode here that allows you to just fire off as many funnels as you want. You have infinite funnels, which is really helpful and really fun because you can just do this until they're downed, and then you can just kind of keep doing that. It makes it really fun, but also really frustrating if you're up against one. But just be aware that once it burns out, you will just burn through your ammo again if you're not careful. You have the basic shot, does pretty decent damage as always. We have the charged version of it, which locks you in place, but does hit with 2 instead, so it does a little bit more damage. Thanks, Judo. You have the... Nope, Judo. You have the burst, which is pretty handy. It does some really decent damage, and it fully recharges your funnels for you, which is very nice. Then you have a charge with melee charge. And this allows you to fire off a... I can't remember the name of it right now, and the comment section is going to get me for it. But it is the silhouettes, the deals that you ride on for atmosphere travel, which is very cool. I think that's a nice touch to have that there, in my opinion. So then you have the melee as we go into round 2. We'll ask and answer our simple question like we always do. Should you use the Mark II? I think, yeah, if you're going to use a Qubeley, I would probably use the Mark II version. I think that spamming the left trigger, the 3 funnel beams at a time, is really solid. I think that is a good way to do it, especially when you have the hyper mode going, the Saikamu mode, Neo Cyber new type. That's what I was trying to go for there. I'm also trying to think about her melee and the ranges we're going to need for them. So we have forward melee charging, like dashing melee. We have standing melee, which is a kick. It can be very hard to land this, but it's pretty nice and lets you combo into more regular melee attacks. You have standard melee. It works. It's not amazing, but it works. You have back melee, which is a dedicated stun, which is very nice. And you have... Thanks, Judo. Thanks, buddy. You have side melee, which is that nice little claw. The melee is fine. It's not wonderful, but it does its job, right? It works. If you are somebody who only plays melee suits, this probably isn't the suit you're going to go with. But if you're somebody that enjoys mid-range with some decent melee and some good ranged, then it might still be a suit to go for. I think what you get with a range kit is enough, really, to balance it out. But just keep that in mind, that the melee is not outstanding. It is just fine. Judo's going to be a problem now. But, personally, I enjoy this moveset more. I like to use all my funnels, and then activate the... so that we get more funnels immediately. As you can see, you can just shred people with those funnels. It makes them so annoying to go up against. But if you're playing it, that's the strategy you ought to go with. Then we can burst and get... He's going to get out of it. That's okay. There we go. Let me know your thoughts on Puru 2's Qubeley in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the Qubeley Mark II has to offer.